Anthony Edwards is arguably one of the most exciting players in the NBA. Ant, who will be entering his third year as a pro this season, is quickly emerging as a future star in the league. However, there is one box Edwards will need to check off on his way to becoming a bona fide great, and that's becoming an NBA All-Star. Join us as we look at what the young upstart needs to get done in order to qualify. But first, a reminder about our brand new giveaway. We're giving away a PS5 with a copy of NBA 2022 and Madden 22. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple. First and foremost, he needs a strong start. This one is a no-brainer. If Edwards wants a shot at making All-Star this season, he needs to start his season with a bang. Set the tone for things to come. While head coach Chris Finch figures out how to use Towns and newcomer Rudy Gobert on the front court, Edwards should be ready to take over as the leading scorer. Now, if we look at Ant's progression as a pro, there's nothing that suggests he won't be able to pick up the slack. He's shown time and time again that he's an exceptional player with talent beyond his years, but we still have to remember that this is just his third year in the league, and Edwards is still pretty young. There is a slim chance that he might crack under the pressure, or even worse, try to overperform in an effort to make All-Star. But most of this is speculation. Coach Finch has on multiple occasions talked about how much confidence he has in the 21-year-old. And why shouldn't he? He consistently scored 23, 21.7, and 22.9 points per game during the first 3 months of last season. If we look at Ant's draft profile, Edwards' career trajectory looks very similar to that of Dwayne Wade, Donovan Mitchell, and Zach LaVine. All three were stars, and Edwards must play at their level if he wants to be an All-Star. The Timberwolves guard must keep up with Devin Booker, whose splits last season were 26.8, 5, 4.8 to make the All-Star squad. Next, he must win a tough conference. It definitely won't be easy to surpass the defending champion Golden State Warriors, a healthy Phoenix Suns, a skilled Memphis Grizzlies squad, and a veteran-laden Dallas Mavericks roster, but that's what must be done. According to ESPN, Minnesota currently holds the 8th best odds to win the conference. However, they will need to start off the season hot. This means that the Wolves cannot afford to lose 6 games in a row this time. One thing that the Timberwolves do have going for them is the fact that they're the only team with 4 players from ESPN's Top 100 rankings for 2022: Edwards, Towns, Gobert, and D'Angelo Russell. Now, while this looks great on paper, we still need to see if trading 5 players for Gobert was worth it. There's definitely a lack of depth in the Timberwolves squad this year, and it will be up to Edwards, Towns, and Gobert to make up for that. Ant's consistent climb to the top of the league will definitely help the Wolves make it to the playoffs this season, just like it did last year. The 21-year-old must seize every single opportunity he gets this season if he wants to become an All-Star. Let's just hope his team doesn't slow him down. Moreover, Edwards needs to keep getting better. With both DeJounte Murray and Donovan Mitchell out of the Minnesota squad this year, it's up to Anthony Edwards to fill the huge gap they've left in the team's offense. The fact that players like Steph Curry, Devin Booker, Ja Morant, and Chris Paul are still in the Western Conference puts a lot of pressure on the young shooting guard. He will need to put in extra effort to just get a shot at achieving All-Star status with names like that in the mix. Now, if you ask us, we don't think it will be hard for the Ant-Man to step up his game when the situation calls for it. He's definitely one of the leading candidates for most improved players in the league. The way Edwards has refined his game from year 1 to year 2 is nothing short of incredible. Between his rookie year and his sophomore season, Ant's field goal percentage has gone from .417 to .441, and his three-point percentage has gone from .329 to .357. If Edwards can keep this upwards trajectory going, he'll definitely make that All-Star squad come February. Finally, how realistic are Ant's All-Star dreams? If you ask us, it really shouldn't come as a surprise if Edwards makes his first trip to All-Star Weekend in 2022-23. The thing is, you can think whatever you want of the guy, but numbers don't lie. The Minnesota guard has already had an All-Star-worthy season in 2022. Edwards was already averaging 21.3 points, 3.8 assists, and 1.5 steals per game. Those are crazy stats for someone who's just starting out. While those numbers appear impressive on paper, they barely scratch the surface of what an exceptional player Anthony Edwards truly is. Ant is the definition of built different. He brings a unique mindset and a strong work ethic every time he steps onto the floor. The best thing about Edwards is that despite his age, he never doubts himself. The athlete has stated on multiple occasions that he would be the best player in the world regardless of sport. Now that's some serious self-confidence. And it's this same confidence that has helped him lead Minnesota back to the playoffs in 2022 for the first time since 2018. You need to remember that Ant did this when he was just in his second year in the league. He's already proved that he's a natural. All that's left for him to do is achieve the 3 goals we mentioned earlier in the video, and nothing will be able to stop him from making All-Star in 2023. In other related news, news. First off, Dwayne Wade and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar weigh in on Anthony Edwards' homophobic comments. Two NBA legends have spoken on Anthony Edwards' homophobic comments and subsequent punishment. According to Wade, having a transgender child has helped him understand the LGBTQ+ community better. He thinks everyone deserves a chance to redeem themselves. The Miami Heat legend further explained that we all have to be exposed to certain experiences in order to understand them. Wade added that until his daughter Zaya came out as trans, he also didn't understand the LGBTQ community, but once he got exposed, he started seeing things from their perspective. The legend hopes that Edwards will take this as an opportunity to reflect on his actions and see things from the other side. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, on the other hand, thinks that it shouldn't be that easy for the Minnesota Timberwolves guard to be let off the hook. The legend thinks that Edwards must repair the damage that he's done, and just an apology won't do. Edwards obviously came under a lot of fire recently after a video of him hurling homophobic slurs surfaced on the internet. The Minnesota guard immediately issued an apology and said he was incredibly sorry for using that sort of language. The Timberwolves also fined the player $40,000 for his anti-gay remarks. Moving on, Minnesota Timberwolves become the only team with 3 top 25 players. The hype train is full steam ahead as the Minnesota Timberwolves get ready to kick off training camp in a big way on Tuesday, 27th of September. The team has been creating a lot of buzz as of late, and for good reason. The Timberwolves currently boast 3 players off of the top 25 players list published by ESPN. We know that sounds completely insane, right? But you better believe it because it's true. With Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns, and our very own Anthony Edwards on the roster, Minnesota seems to be gearing up for a spectacular season ahead. Edwards is ranked 25th, Gobert checks in at number 18, while Towns is ranked the highest of the 3 at number 13. Now, while the stats may look great on paper, numbers don't always translate to the court. We still don't know how well Towns, Edwards, and Gobert will mesh on the floor. Let's just hope the trio works well together, because if they don't, the Timberwolves might as well pack up their bags right now. Wrapping things up with Coach Ime Udoka gets the boot. Boston Celtics head coach Ime Udoka has been suspended for the entire season for violating team policies. According to reports, Udoka's suspension went into effect immediately, and his standing with the team remains uncertain as the Celtics have announced they will decide their coach's future at a later date. This obviously comes after it was revealed that Udoka had a consensual relationship with a member of the team's staff. In a statement apologizing to his family, fans, and organization, the coach claimed, "I am sorry for putting the team in this difficult situation, and I accept the team's decision." Celtics owner Wycliffe Grousbeck spoke with the media to discuss Udoka's suspension. He explained that the organization decided to suspend Udoka after hiring a respected law firm to conduct an impartial investigation after learning about the allegations over the summer. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think Anthony Edwards will become an all-star this season? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.